Okay, greetings class. What I wanted to do is quickly go over Simnet and how that works. If you go ahead and go to instructor announcements, there's some Simnet instructions and some helpful resources. So to register, I want you to click on that how to register, which will pull up a PDF on how you are to register for Simnet. Basically, once you get to the course room, you're going to click on the Simnet link and you'll come up with some items that'll have you pair your Simnet to your course. And then every time in Moodle, when you click on that Simnet, you should be automatically sent to Simnet. Now, this is not the screen that you'll see when you'll go in. Your screen will look more like this. Okay, so this is the student view. I would recommend that you go down here and run these system requirement tests to make sure that your computer is actually capable of running Simnet. Simnet does use a significant amount of Adobe Flash. I am going to post an announcement on where you can get Adobe Flash. If you're unsure, you could just type in a search bar, get Adobe Flash. Now keep in mind, Flash is browser specific. Currently right now I'm using Edge, but if you use Internet Explorer, you need Adobe Flash for Internet Explorer. Or if you use Google Chrome, you'll need to open it up and do your search in Google Chrome. So you'll come up to a home page that looks like this. We're going to go ahead and go to lesson one. And in lesson one, you have basically 3 items that you are to do. You have a sim book, a sim path, and an exam. Okay. A sim book, we're going to go over that one first. So you click on the sim book. It is pretty much like a textbook. You're going to open it, and what it's going to do is going to pull up some items that you are to read. And there is a let me try. There's usually on each page is a show me, a try me, or a let me try. The let me try is required to do to get a point for that skill. So in this, it's types of computers. We click on let me try, and it tells us basically I need something portable. So we drag what we believe is portable in there. And I didn't really read if that was correct or not, but just to give you an example, right? You have to do the let me try. Once you do the let me try and you complete it, there'll be a check mark in this box. You can either go to the next slide and do the let me try, and it should say show me, try me, let me try, but this isn't set up right. So you'll see 3 buttons. The let me try, again, is required to do, get a point for that. So we continue going through that lesson in the sim book, right? We can click on X and pick up where we left off right later on, or we can get to the end, it'll automatically close, or we could just click on the X. And then what we do is we could see what we've completed, right? So I did the let me try there, so it gives me the point. If I don't do the let me try, it won't give me a point. So that is basically a sim book. That's what we just went over. I'm going to go back to the assignments. Go back to lesson 1. Next thing we're going to go over is a sim path. Basically, a sim path has a pre-test, a take lesson, and a post-test, or take post-test. In the pre-test, it'll just be like a, well, let's go ahead and reset this one. You just take a pre-test testing your skills, okay? And this takes a moment to load up. It's loading up on the front end, so it does take a moment. It's loading up all the library, so give it some time. This is the Flash requirement that I'm discussing. And once it loads up, you'll take a pre-test. And it'll be similar to the let me tries. The pre-test is basically building what you need to do for the lesson, right? So the Simnet sim path has three items: a pre-test, a lesson, and a post-test. The pre-test tests your skills, and based on what you get right or wrong, it builds your lesson. So let's say you get a 20 out of 28. The lesson is going to be over those 8 items that you need to complete, and then that you missed in the pretest. And then the post test will be an overall test or an exam on that. I'm going to go ahead and keep letting this thing load. It does take a moment, like I said, so just be patient with it. While that's loading up, of course, I've changed my screen now. Okay, I've got it back now, so I just start loading and then I do the exam. Now on this pretest, it says open Microsoft Word from the start page. So it tells me what to do up top, and I just execute that command. It tells me if I've got it right or wrong. So we'll go ahead and X out of this. We'll end exam. It's going to tell us what we got right or wrong, and then it builds our lesson based off what we got right or wrong. All right, so we've got a 4. We got 1 out of 28, right? So we'll go ahead and we will go back to assignments, back to lesson, and we just did the SimPath pretest, right? So now the lesson is available, and it's going to give us the 27 out of the 28 items that we didn't get from the pretest. So we then take the lesson. The lesson is just the same thing as the Sim books. There's a little bit less wording. And it is required to do the let me try, but I would always recommend to do all 3. And then you just continue on in doing the lesson and what you need to do. Again, the arrows are on the left and right, right? So you have an arrow here to advance, right, to go to the next slide. Again, it does take a minute. I've clicked it about 4 or 5 times. It needs time to catch up, so it's going to spin fast on us there. So just be patient with it, right? It's not click and go. The show you shows you what you need to do. The guide you will let you do it, but it'll guide you. It'll tell you, hey, do this step, now do this step. And then the let me try will actually let you do all the work there. And then once you're done with that, you can click that box in the upper right-hand corner. And I think it's still getting caught up. Or you can, once you've done it all the way through, it will do it on its own. Okay, so we'll let this thing get caught up here. Yep, exit exam. So as you can see, there's a slight delay. You need to be patient with it. And which brings up another point is I want you to remember that I could help you academically. So if there's a problem, I don't understand what a file or a feature is, I don't understand how to open a file. But if you're having problems in Simnet, right? If you're having some technical issues in Simnet, you need to call Simnet Help Desk and let them help you through that. I've provided a number in the instructor announcements, right? It's the Simnet and helpful resources. There's their hours, right? So you want to make sure that you are working within those hours to give them a call and ask for any support. And there's their phone number, okay? So make sure if there's an academic question I could help you, some of the technical questions I could help you through as well, but if there's functionality in Simnet, please call the Simnet Help Desk. Okay, so while we're waiting for that to close, we're going to go ahead and go back to assignments. All right, then you have some exams, right? I didn't assign these exams yet, so they're not, you can't see them, but you'll have 2 exams per lesson. These exams you get 3 times, 3 attempts, 60 minutes each. So take your time, make sure you are doing the exams the best of your ability, and good luck to you. If you have any other questions, just give me a shout. I provided my office hours in the instructions. Thanks. Have a great day.